And there'll be more Top Why Don't You with our top crew next week here on BFT Now. I know you're waiting in suspense. Tack City is on its way. But first of all, we've been sent this letter. It says, Dear Toby and Philippa, this comes from Georgina Love of Stroud in Gloucestershire, by the way. She says, I found something in my garden that may interest you. Mervyn appears to have come out of your maze and married Mandy and had 2 children. Now, first of all, here are Mervyn and Mandy, and the 2 children we can see now are Macaulay and Mavis, who we think are rather cute. Couldn't have thought of better names myself.
They take after Mandy,
Aren't they sweet? Oh, and we forgot. There's also a PS. It says, my Mandy from the garden is wearing a bikini, so she's not topless all the time.
Which is very handy, because you never know where it might get you these days.
What a gorgeous pink bikini. Thank you very much indeed, Georgina, for that. Could almost be in Tack City, that, couldn't it? This one is sent in. This is an extra top maggot the Maze and Crow Eater. Please show Mervyn the maggot file on your extra FAB shirt. It comes from Gareth Bryant. And there we can see Operation Apple with a weapon bird buster and an apple sucker. How better than to get the top prize in Maggot Moments. Thank you very much indeed for that.
Oh,
Keep them coming in.
I think it's time, don't you? Ready? Tack alert!
Alert.
Tack alert! In comes the tacky cushion, up comes... Over, it's over. Up. Thank you very much. We've had so much tack. Oh, our office looks lovely at the moment. Here's the first one. Dear Philippa and Toby, we found this beautiful piece of tack in St Ives whilst on holiday. You will see from the label on the back that, surprisingly, it's not made in Taiwan, but in Britain. It was reduced by 50p. There were about 40 assorted masterpieces left unsold, ranging from butterflies to ashtrays in red and in blue.
Lucy, you're trying to tell us that this hadn't been sold? I am shocked.
If you want a present for an enemy, this is the one to buy, from Lucy Beardlow, who lives in Blackpool. Oh, thank you
I can't believe no one had bought
that.
it. We think it's lovely.
We do. Also, we've had this lovely group of Chinese men. And where would you find Chinese men? But, of course, in Great Yarmouth. This is from Claire, who's 11, who lives in Witchfoot. I'm sorry. There's also, she sent in these lovely seashell mice.
Oh, aren't they sweet? Sweet tack.
Seashells, you see, seem to be in abundance in tack cities all over the country.
You can see why,
Claire,
can't you?
thank you very much for that. Here, in real plastic, these pigs. These have come from Julie Harris, who lives in Stratford, which is in London, and who is 13.
Where did you get them?
She says it looks terribly tacky because the setting is horrible. And also because one of the pigs has fallen off because the glue didn't work properly. She bought this in Somerset. Well, in fact, she didn't actually buy it. She had it bought for you. I'll save you credibility there. Don't worry. And on the cushion front... You've obviously seen our tacky cushion, which comes in. Here's another one, look. From the Isle of Wight, from Wesley Young, who lives in West London, with this handy ribbon in case you'd like to hang it up anywhere in your house or in your car. That
gets 10 out of 10 for tack. Now, we want as much tack as possible and maggot pictures.
Lovely. Yes, indeed. Sorry.
The address is this one. It is Children's BBC, BBC Television Centre, London, W12 7RJ. TV Centre, London, W12 7RJ. Get it all coming into us now.
Lovely, lovely tack, please. Toby, what's on for the rest of the morning?
Loads still coming up this morning on BFT. After the news, we have the play bus, plus, of course, a load of your birthday cards. After that, we're going to pop back into the maze for more prizes in Mervyn the Maggot round 2. Then there's the messiest game show in the world with Peter Simon and 4 brave contestants in Double Dare. And then on another top ozone, there's Thunder and something to dance to. All coming up after the news with Jenny Bond.
Good morning. The Chancellor, Norman Lamont, has promised to do whatever is needed to maintain the position of the pound. His statement helped sterling recover 3/4 of a pfennig against the German mark. Mr. Lamont said he wanted to remove any scintilla of doubt about his intentions.
There are going to be no devaluations, no leaving the ERM. We are absolutely committed to the ERM. That is our policy. It is at the centre of our policy. We are going to maintain sterling's parity, and we will do whatever is necessary. And I hope there is no room for any doubt about that at all, that the government is determined to maintain our position.
Members of more than 40 delegations have arrived at the London Peace Conference on the former Yugoslavia. The Foreign Secretary, Douglas Hurd, has said the world will not accept territorial gains which Serbia has made during the conflict.
Bosnia's Muslim president, who's lost most of his country, held a breakfast meeting with the acting American Secretary of State, Lawrence Eagleburger, before the London conference. The Muslims fear that a ceasefire will leave them with nothing, despite British assurances that Bosnian borders will be restored. Bosnian Serbs want to keep what they've got.
We think that we shouldn't keep Tito's borders as a Bolshevik heritage unchangeable. We should reconsider borders on the Balkan at all.
Outside, a lone protester suggested one simple solution, rejected by British ministers who are threatening further sanctions but not military force. The London conference will signal an end to an even-handed approach to the Yugoslav crisis. The message Britain hopes Serbia will take away is that it is isolated in the world community and will remain so until it withdraws from lands seized by force.
In Sarajevo, there's been fierce fighting overnight, with Serbian artillery mounting one of the most intense attacks so far. The centre of the city was repeatedly shaken as a barrage of shells landed every few seconds. Gun battles went on for much of the night, and fires are burning out of control around the city. Casualties are expected to be heavy. Hurricane Andrew, continuing its destructive path across the Gulf of Mexico, has hit the coast of Louisiana. It's now heading towards Morgan City and Lafayette, but is passing west of New Orleans. Houses and trees have been flattened, and a large area is without power. 2 million people in southern Louisiana and neighboring states have been told to leave their homes. 5 people are missing and feared drowned after their boat capsized off Llandudno late last night. One survivor, a 19-year-old man, was picked up by a lifeboat last night, but the search for the others was resumed this morning with an Irish helicopter equipped with heat-seeking equipment. That's it for now. Join us again at 11.
Good morning. More than 2,000 council workers at Sefton in Merseyside have gone on a 2-day strike. The workers, all members of the union NELGO, are protesting at compulsory redundancies imposed by the authority. Members who provide essential services aren't taking part. The pharmaceutical company Glaxo is to build a new £17 million plant on the site of its existing factory at Speke on Merseyside. It should open by next January, and production will begin in the summer of 1994. Around 80 jobs will be created. The Procurator Fiscal is expected to order an inquiry into the plane crash on the Scottish island of Jura, in which 4 Lancashire businessmen died. The men were flying from Blackpool to the island of Mull when the light aircraft crashed into a mountainside. A policeman from Lancashire is to undergo surgery after being injured by a motorcyclist who refused to stop at a checkpoint. PC Harvey Norman flagged down the rider near the village of Melling, but he drove straight at him and knocked him down. The weather forecast now, and showers reaching most places and becoming heavy around midday, but they will die out during the afternoon. Now the national weather with Rob McElwee.
Good morning. You've had the best of the sunshine this morning, and that really was only in the east. And you can see from this picture, yes, Britain is under there, that there's an awful lot of cloud around. Now, not surprisingly, we're going to have some rain with this cloud. It came in fairly early hours of the morning, moved swiftly across Ireland into Wales and north to the southwest of England. At the same time, the showers in Scotland continued blowing across. Now, I think by midday we'll find most of that rain, as you see the speed it was moving, will have moved across most of England and Wales, with a lot of hill fog developing in the south as a result. It's fairly humid air. At the same time, brighter weather will have gone through and returned in towards Northern Ireland, but plenty of showers still across the northern part and middle part of Scotland. And maybe southern Scotland and parts of northern England will stay dry and reasonably bright. This afternoon we'll eventually see the rain pushing its way right out of the country, though it might hang around the south coast where we might still see some misty conditions. And then a lot brighter weather for the whole country, not a great deal of sunshine, and 1 or 2 heavy showers. Nevertheless, a mainly dry end to the day. Temperatures rather disappointing, up to 20 maybe at best in London, but only 14 to 16, particularly on the western side of Scotland. But the thing you will notice, not so much today as tonight and tomorrow, is the strength of the wind. Mainly a southwesterly, coming up to gale force along the Channel coast and possibly over land during tomorrow.